Oh, the drama. If you're anything like me, you're probably still reeling from the latest twist in Emmerdale, because let me tell you, it was a doozy. We all know the tension between Robert Sugden and his half-brother John has been simmering for ages, but this week it boiled over in a way that's got everyone talking. A brother's desperation and a sister's concern. The episode kicked off with a scene that pulled at our heartstrings. Victoria, bless her, was clearly worried sick about Robert. She urged him, with that gentle but firm love only a sister can give, to seek some help. It sounds like Robert's been going through it, battling nightmares and calling out in his sleep, a clear sign that something deeper is at play. But in true Robert fashion, he brushed it off, storming back inside, probably trying to convince himself and everyone else that he's fine. We've all been there, haven't we? When you're hurting but just don't want to admit it. John's devious plan takes shape. Enter John. He just happened to be jogging by, perfectly positioned to catch Victoria's anxious words. And in a move that's classic John, he swooped in, offering a seemingly sympathetic ear. He even offered to talk to Liam Kavanagh, a doctor, to get him to check on Robert. On the surface it looked like genuine concern, right? Like a brother finally stepping up. But if you know John, you know there's usually an ulterior motive bubbling beneath that facade of helpfulness. And boy was there. Before Liam even set foot in Keeper's, John, with a cunning that would make a spy proud, snuck in and planted a secret listening device. Talk about a betrayal. This wasn't about helping Robert. It was about digging up dirt. It was about finding that one weakness, that one secret, he could exploit. Robert's raw honesty and a shocking interruption. When Liam arrived, the conversation took an incredibly raw and vulnerable turn. Robert finally started to open up. He spoke about his struggles with depression and the deeply traumatic experiences he endured during his time in prison. It was a heartbreaking moment, seeing this typically guarded man reveal such profound pain. Liam, as a good doctor would, gently but persistently tried to persuade Robert to try therapy, and to our relief, Robert finally agreed to an appointment. You could almost feel the collective sigh of hope from viewers everywhere, hoping this was a turning point for him. But just as Robert was seeing Liam out, the universe, or perhaps the writers, had other plans. Out of nowhere, Ray Walters appeared, seemingly having been looking for Robert all day. The look on Robert's face, pure shock. And John, ever the opportunist, didn't miss a beat. He immediately found a quiet spot, probably with a wicked grin, to listen in on this unexpected encounter. The confession that changes everything. And that's where the episode took a dramatic nosedive for Robert. At Keepers, Ray got straight to the point, asking Robert if he had more to sell. More of what, you ask? Well, it turns out Robert had dabbled in some questionable dealings. He quickly told Ray it was a one-time thing, but Ray wasn't letting it go. He brought up a cannabis theft, an act Robert had committed, stealing from none other than Lewis and Ross Barton and Mackenzie Boyd. Can you imagine the sheer audacity? They were apparently growing it in a barn at Mora's farm, intending to sell it to Ray. The weight of the secret, the fear of being exposed, was palpable in Robert's voice. Ross and Mac don't know I stole their stuff, he pleaded with Ray. You can't say anything. If they find out I screwed them over, I'm finished. John's triumph. What happens next? And there it was. The moment John had been waiting for, the revelation he'd so desperately sought. The episode ended with John, listening to every word of Robert's desperate confession, a slow, chilling smirk spreading across his face. Now we're left on the edge of our seats. What will John do with this explosive information? Will he expose Robert to Ross and Mac, potentially putting Robert in grave danger? Will he use it to manipulate him to finally gain the upper hand he's always craved? The possibilities are endless and honestly a little terrifying. This isn't just about family feuds anymore, it's about criminal secrets, betrayals, and the very real consequences that come with them. One thing's for sure, the dynamic between Robert and John has just been irreversibly changed, and we are in for one wild ride in the episodes to come. What do you think John will do? And how do you think Robert will possibly dig himself out of this one? Let's chat about it.